Colorado in the conference. Oklahoma's loss outside the conference to Miami, and if the Sooners win today, they lock the conference championship. Todd Thompson will be kicking off for the white-clad Sooners, and the red-clad Nebraska Cornhuskers will accept the ball. They'll have Dana Brinson, number 33, and Rod Smith, number 88, as the deep people. Oklahoma won the toss, will take the second half kickoff. They have the wind at their back, and the ball just fell off the tee. This wind is going to impact the game. That'll have something to do with it. If it gets down to the point where you're going right to left and you're in field goal posture, you're really going to be in some trouble because that wind is whistling. There's your weather, 52 degrees. That's the coldest 52 degrees I've ever seen. But here we go as Thompson hits it, and there'll be no return. I could see the minute it left his foot, it would not be returned because it's up against the stands and well beyond the field of play. And Nebraska opens up this way with Taylor and Jones as the key people. Schnitzler and Shepard, Shepard being a wingback and Schnitzler outside. But these are the two guys right here that make Nebraska's offense go, Tim.
Taylor has a lot of speed. He has not been able to throw the ball that much. When he has, he's only completed 41%. He's going to have to throw a little bit more. Keith Jones, fastest Husker they've ever had here in the history of the school. He is a flyer. His instincts are good. He's going to have a big game.
All right, let's see what the big boys do. A yard off the ball in this opening possession. Bosworth jumps up into a slot, does not blitz. They run the sweep play to the left side. Jones with a little pause there. Patient got himself 4 yards on the carry before Derek White brought him down. Nebraska's offensive front now. Maggart 265, Parker 270, Cooper 250, McCormick 265, Welter 280, and that's the side they go to. McCormick and Welter, big men.
It's a right-handed team. It has been all year, and this is the reason. McCormick and Welter, both Big 8, all Big 8 type players, and they are strong.
And the tight end is Todd Milliken coming off a hamstring pull. Interesting that they ran left the first time, but they go back to the right side. It's a bad pitch by Taylor. The ball is bouncing around and finally covered by Nebraska back on the 2-yard line. Taylor, pursuing the play, recovered his own bad pitch, and Nebraska's lucky Oklahoma didn't come away from there with a ball, even possibly a touchdown.
Biggest difference between these two teams, Keith, is the fact that Oklahoma takes the ball away and doesn't have any turnovers itself, plus 14 in the giveaway takeaway. That's not the case with Nebraska. They've turned the ball over quite a bit this season. They're only plus 1. This was a bad pitch. They're lucky that Oklahoma didn't score a touchdown on this one.
Now the Sooners are backed up. They give them possession at the 4 instead of the 2, where it is 3rd down and a half mile. They stay conservative with it, give it to Jones, and he wedges his way out to the 10. And now here comes some real pressure. Coming in to do the punting for Oklahoma is John Croker. John Croker will have to kick the football into a very strong wind. He's averaging just under 40 yards per punt. So if ever in his young life he needed a big one, he needs it right here. Patrick Collins is number 33 and deep for Oklahoma. There is no pressure on Croker. He gets it out, and it's not a bad kick into that wind, and it is fumbled. And it is recovered by Oklahoma. Ricky Dixon, a defensive back, came up with a loose football for the Sooners. So it's getting cooler as the day goes on. The ball must be hard and slick.
You know, I think it is the weather. They say it's 52 degrees. It feels much colder. The ball's hard. This was just hit him right in the stomach. I think it came off the breastplate of his shoulder pads and bounced away from him. Now Oklahoma has the break because Nebraska could have very easily gotten this football. I think for Nebraska to have a shot today, they've got to keep this ball game even, at least for the first quarter, so they can gain momentum.
Ball marked just short of the 44-yard line where it's first down for the Sooners. Holloway is your quarterback, and there comes the option out of the wishbone, and turning the corner, it's Patrick Collins. And Collins goes disappearing into the crowd. The ball was bouncing around. Nebraska trying to claim it.
Went out of bounds.
No way. Went out of bounds.
Boy, how unusual is that, Keith? Nebraska has the ball on the ground twice early in the ball game now. Oklahoma hasn't had a turnover in 2 games, and now they've dropped it the first 2 times they've touched it. Here, they got the corner. They had all the pressure they wanted out there. He was almost around, but Collins felt the inside pressure, tried to turn it back, and right there you can see that he was stripped of the football, and stripped quite nicely by Troy Holloway, or Tony Holloway, rather, and the ball just gets out of bounds.
Collins hurt on the play. Patrick wobbling around, and he's coming off the field. So he's out of the ball game, at least for the moment, kind of holding his stomach, look like. So he will leave the lineup, and Leon Perry, number 2, will come in. Perry, a 225-pounder, bigger than Collins, but not as fast.
That's unusual to see Collins go out of a ball game, too. He is really durable. He has yet to miss a game at Oklahoma.
It's marked down at the 33-yard line, and it's Oklahoma's ball, first down. Holloway coming at you. Caught behind the line of scrimmage and thrown down, and it's Broderick Thomas who does it. Broderick Thomas was out here yesterday for the final workout. He was so high he didn't touch the ground for the last 24 hours. And he makes a big play right there. There's your lineup for Oklahoma. And the loss now is all the way back outside the 35-yard line. So Holloway's the key man for Oklahoma. Barry Switzer, long ago, called him the best wishbone quarterback, option quarterback he'd ever seen. And they've had some great ones at Oklahoma. Second down. Into the middle, carrying the ball, Earl Johnson, the senior out of Dallas, and Broderick Thomas brings him down.
Well, you talk about loading up. Everybody now is on the line of scrimmage. Here's Noonan. They're trying to test him right away. They're trying to ride him out of there. But he's holding his own, more than holding his own. That's a guy that bench presses 500 pounds. One of the best players they've ever had here. He just jams up the middle, lets everybody else come free. That time, Nebraska gambled. They put 10 men up front, Pete. They only had 1 man in the secondary.
Ball is on the Nebraska 31-yard line. It is third down and 8. There was movement along the line, but the man got back. Holloway going around the corner, blocking over there, and he's going to have a first down. As he just got past the marker, and Mark Munford brought him down. Son is out right now as Oklahoma gets its first down. The offensive front for the Sooners, Phillips 275, Hudson 280, Simpson 265, Anthony Phillips 280 at guard, Greg Johnson 295 on the right side, and Keith Jackson 6'3", 240, and I think on his way to being one of the best football players in the country. The big tight end. From the 23, they go inside with it. On the first option to Earl Johnson, and Johnson is down at the 20. Defensively for the Cornhuskers, they line up this way, and the 2 guys there in the middle, Noonan, the middle guard, and Spockman, the tackle, those 2 people, I think, have to put some pressure on the Oklahoma wishbone. They've got to penetrate some. Just inside the 22. Didn't get as much out of it as I thought he did. Holloway keeping it. Just missed by 1, and now he's thrown out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The man who came flying through was the free safety, Ryan Siebler, and just missed him.
2 plays in a row now. Siebler's come up to take the quarterback on the option. He has not been able to make the tackle. Last time they made a first down. This time they got a pretty good gain out of it. It'll be 3rd and 3. But Siebler has to come up quickly. He's got the quarterback on the option. That's his responsibility. And once he gets there, he has to make the tackle.
It is 3rd down and 3 now for Oklahoma. At the Cornhuskers 16-yard line. Jackson was out for a moment. He is now back in the lineup. And Parham is in there, number 82, so they got 2 tight ends on the field right now. But with Jackson, you don't necessarily think normal tight end play because the man can do so many things for you.
Tom Osborne said several times this week that the thing that concerns him more than anything else is giving Oklahoma good field position. They had the poor pitch, the bad pitch, mishandled early in the ball game. Nebraska did. They punted, gave Oklahoma good field position, and here come the Sooners.
They have been cashing them in this year, with the exception of the Miami game when their kicking game betrayed them and they were beaten.
Well, Osborne said if you make them go 80 yards, we can play with them all afternoon. You make them cut the field in half, give them good field position, it's going to be a long afternoon.
All right, the Sooners them up. 3rd down and 3 at the Husker 16. Holloway pitches the ball back to Perry. Perry puts his head down and dives for the marker, and he's short, I think.
Boy, that's a big play. If you can hold him here and make him go for a field goal and just get 3 points out of it, that's a great goal line stand.
Penn State beating Pitt 34-14. So the Nittany Lions have done their part to set up the, quote, national championship game. Now it's up to Miami Thanksgiving night against East Carolina.
Looks like Oklahoma's going to go for it on 4th.
No kicker on the field, and they have a good one in Tim Lasher. Well, emotionally, I think it becomes a factor here on both sides of the ball. A little less than a yard. Johnson is your fullback. Tillman and Perry in the wishbone with him. Drop the football. What ball came loose? The Cornhuskers have stopped the Oklahoma Sooners. The ball squirted right through his hand. Looked to me like Tillman covered it, but that didn't make any difference. It was 4th down.
You hit that right on the nose. This will be a tremendous psychological lift for the Nebraska defense. Look at this. See, the ball never comes into his hands cleanly. It hit his top hand. His lower hand never closed on it. The ball got loose, and fortunately for Nebraska, it went backwards rather than going forward in the surge.
I think Holloway had called his own number, probably going for a quarterback sneak, and he was looking around to see which side to dive on, and he never got the ball.
Snake River, Wyoming and Old Milwaukee both mean something great to these guys. The Snake River means fly fishing for lunker cutthroat trout. And Old Milwaukee means a great beer. Cold, crisp Old Milwaukee beer. And smooth, golden Old Milwaukee Light.
There's nothing like the flavor of a special place. An Old Milwaukee beer.
Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light.
Fellas, it just doesn't get any better than this.
Brill cream, a little dollop will do ya.
Dab.
Not this. New Brill Cream Mousse. A little dollop gives my hair soft, natural control all day.
New Brill Cream Men's Grooming Mousse.
Brill Cream, a little dollop will do ya. Huh, you're wearing this because of your new secretary.
Me? I'm wearing Ice Blue Aqua Velva because the icy cool formula makes my face feel great.
But that scent, it's sinful. There's something about an Ice Blue Aqua Velva, man.
On the Disney Sunday movie, Beau Bridges, Lloyd Bridges, and introducing Jordan Bridges.
Boys get mighty attached to that goose.
The Thanksgiving Promise.
A man has got to keep his word.
At Columbus, Ohio, with 9.5 minutes to go, the second Carsatos to Carter touchdown pass of the game for Ohio State has narrowed Michigan's lead to 26-24. And in the Penn State-Pittsburgh game, Penn State starting quarterback John Schaefer left the game in the 3rd quarter, was icing his hands on the sideline. No final report yet on the injury. His backup, Matt Kisner, played well. All yours, Keith.
And Nebraska comes out at the 15, 1st down, handed inside to Ken Kalen, the fullback, and Kalen is just clobbered by one of those linebackers. Looked like Dante Jones, number 50, was the man that really hit him. And when you talk about 50, you're talking about Oklahoma defense, because, of course, that's the one that Bud Wilkinson put in down there, and they've had success with it ever since. And the big guy in that linebacking core, of course, is Bosworth, number 44, but they've got 4 outstanding linebackers. 2nd down and 10. Taylor on a little delay gives the ball to Brinson. Brinson tries to bounce outside, and Sonny Brown tracks him down, knocks him out of bounds after he gets the ball up to about the 20. Well, make it the 19.
One of the big adjustments Oklahoma made for this ball game is moving Sonny Brown from safety to the cornerback spot, knowing that on that corner they're going to be tested with the option almost all afternoon. Sonny Brown plays that well. He stayed at home, never took the play action, and waited for the play to come to him and made a nice tackle.
Now the Huskers are looking at 3rd down and 6 from the 20. Taylor keeps it. They're tracking him down from behind, but he turns upfield, dives for the marker, and he's going to have a 1st down for Nebraska as Troy Johnson brought him down.
They say that Steve Taylor, talent-wise, is the best quarterback they've ever had here at Nebraska. Again, it's play action. The fake is not good, but it looks like he's going to throw. That right there gets the attention of Oklahoma, but he has the running ability, and he took up the inside seam of that. You see the commitment to the outside. He turned it back inside and got the first.
From the 25 for the Huskers, so they've got a little real estate to operate on now. Taylor looks up, wants to throw, does throw. Pass is incomplete. Pass intended for Schnitzler, Rob Schnitzler. He turned back looking for the ball, and the ball was thrown to his other side and thrown away. There's another factor that you talk about outfielders in baseball fighting the sun. From the position where Schnitzler was at that time, he is looking right back into a very vividly bright sun. I mean, we were down there yesterday playing catch just to test the sun, see the angle, and I mean, you can't see a thing when you look back into it.
Tell me about it. I'm the one that had to catch your bullets in my chest.
Yeah, some bullets. Second down and 10. Taylor got around the corner and got the first down. Knocked out by Derek White. And the crowd hoots a little bit because they felt he might have hit him a little late, but momentum carried him into that group of red folks over there.
Boy, he's a threat on the corner, isn't he? This is the guy that broke all of Marcus Allen's high school records at San Diego Lincoln High School. 3,211 yards in high school. That's almost 2 miles. Averaged 11 yards per carry, and you can see why. Outstanding move on the corner that time. Got to the outside, got the first down, and this is what the crowd was booing about. They thought he was hit late, out of bounds by Derek White.
Ball mark just over the 37. First down, Nebraska. Taylor still got it. There's another bad pitch, and Sonny Brown is the man that made it. Brown got his hand on it, and Sonny's jumping up and down moaning because he had 6 in his pocket if he could have caught it.
He's a tough cornerback, isn't he? He's the cowbell out there. I mean, he leads them, the bell cow. He leads them out there. Everybody follows him. He makes all the big plays.
Sure tell you're a city kid.
Yeah, that bell cow. You know, that's your kind of stuff.
Tough defensive bunch. On second down, Taylor, little delay, gives the ball off to Keith Jones. That play was tentative from the very beginning, and it didn't get much either. He got about 1.5 yards. So they're looking at third down and close to 13. Dante Jones, number 50, the big junior linebacker out of Dallas, made the hit.
They say a bell cow is the guy that plays well on Saturday, shows up at practice on Monday without a lawyer, without an agent, and without going to the media.
Third down and close to 13. Taylor has all day, gets it off. Brenson is caught from behind by Scott Garl. First down, Nebraska, Oklahoma 26.
We said they had to pass today. They had to be successful passing. Dana Brinson runs a 4-3-5. They have a 2-deep zone going now for Oklahoma. He cuts it across the middle. He's ISO'd on a linebacker and picks up 38 yards. There's no way a linebacker can stay with Dana Brinson.
Came all the way from Valdosta, Georgia to play football for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 38-yard pickup, and the Huskers now making a threat. Taylor still going. Gets it off to the sidelines, and the pass is good. Down at the 15. Caught by Rod Smith. And Sonny Brown made the hit.
Well, we told you Steve Taylor's completed only 41% of his passes, but again, let's go back to high school. He broke all the passing records set by Damon Allen. That's Marcus's brother, who's a pretty fine athlete. But this is made by the wideout. You see how he came back for the football? That's a good play. He drove the defensive back off. Rod Smith planted, came back to meet the ball, and kept his feet in bounds. You only need 1 foot in. Rod Smith, fine play.
11 yards. First down, Nebraska. Oklahoma, 15. First quarter of play. Start was not very pretty, but since both teams have wobbled around, the Huskers starting to move it some. This is Keith Jones, and he's caught inside the 10, dragged down by David Vickers at the 8-yard line. Doug Dubose, remember, injured before the season started, missed the entire year. Keith Jones had to step in and do the heavy work, and he's gotten better all through the season.
See that reverse pivot coming out? That sends the linebacker on a false step. Then he comes this way and pitches it out quickly. They're using a lot of different formations. They're pressing the corners. They're keeping Oklahoma on its heels.
2nd down, 4. Just inside the 9, give it to Jones. He's at the 5 and over the 5. He may have a first down. Donnie Jones made the tackle. It is 1st and goal, Nebraska.
Down in this area, you better start looking for Keith Jones, too. They call him End Zone Jones because of all the touchdowns he scored. He leads Nebraska with 13 touchdowns. Great speed on the corner.
They've got Vaughn Shepard in there at that wingback spot now. The better blocker. He's 15 pounds heavier than Brinson. Taylor keeps it and goes to the 2. And you could hear the collision between Taylor and Bosworth all the way to the drugstore.
They get in here. If Nebraska scores here, it's going to be one whale of a football game because this crowd will be in it. The Nebraska kids will be believing. Again, it's Taylor using his instincts. Got a pretty good ticket that time, punched by Brian Bosworth. Bosworth slides down the line, does it as well as any linebacker. Avoids all contact, comes up and just helmet to helmet. That's power football.
2nd and goal from the 2. Go inside with Keith Jones. Dive, touchdown, Huskers.
Number 6, right here, the tailback. We told you to look for him. Keith End Zone Jones. This is his 4th touchdown of the year. More importantly, we told you in the open, that Oklahoma had not allowed a rushing touchdown all year. This is the first one of the season. It goes all the way back to last year's Orange Bowl, the first quarter when Tim Manoa scored for Penn State.
Pete Blakeman holds. Dale Klein kicks, and it is good. At 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the first quarter. Nebraska 7, Oklahoma nothing.
With the Hayes modem, a sales manager can check inventories in manufacturing or track shipments through the mainframe across the country. A lawyer can get precedents to prepare a brief. A farmer can check commodity prices to determine when to sell. And an investor can get the information he needs from Dow Jones, Dun & Bradstreet, or even the government. The Hayes modem. It's like fitting a 10,000-book library in a 10-inch case.
Champion Nissan racer Roger Mears knows toughness and value make a winning machine. Introducing the hard body 4x4 Value Plus package. With options worth $630 at no extra charge. Get this tough tube bumper, sliding rear window, fender flares, and much more. A total Nissan package worth $630. Yours for
nothing flat.
The hard body 4x4 is Value Plus. The name is Nissan.
The 51st meeting of an SEC Classic. Mike Shula and 9th-ranked Alabama collide with bowl-bound Auburn. CFA action continues next Saturday.
Keith Jones stuck it in the end zone. Oklahoma went for it on 4th and short at the 15. Nebraska stopped them and put the ball in the end zone.
Coaching staff says the biggest improvement this kid has made is on his inside running. He gets inside, he uses his juke moves. He's wearing a cast they made, especially for a thumb. He tore ligaments, didn't play. One game, came back last week, played well. They've got that cast on the thumb today. It was operated on just 2 weeks ago.
All right, Derek Shepard and Earl Johnson are the deep people. Nebraska's Dale Klein will kick into the wind. And we'll see now what happens as Oklahoma gets the ball back. That's a pretty good kick into the wind. It hangs up there a while, and Johnson finally accepts it at the 9, gets a hole up the middle, and comes out to the 30. 21-yard return. Jeff Jamrock brought him down for Nebraska. Now, if we can see some inside pressure from Noonan and Spockman and And Thomas, look out.
We want to keep an eye on number 19, too. Siebler playing in the secondary. His responsibility is Holloway on that option. We've got to keep in mind Oklahoma has outscored its opponents 110-0 in the first quarter. Right now they trail 7-0.
Lydell Carr is in at fullback for the Sooners. He has the ball, the fullback. It's a quarterback-fullback offense. And Holloway just simply turned around and handed the ball to him, and the offensive line surge is going to be worth about 4 yards. Roderick Thomas, 89, and Mark Munford combined for the tackle. Look at Texas A&M, 74 points. My goodness. Arkansas winning. If the Aggies go to the Cotton Bowl, the Hogs are going to Florida, to the Orange Bowl. Second down, Law short, 6, long 5. Holloway gives the ball to Carr. Carr's buried for a loss of a yard by Tony Holloway. Olmo is wearing Nebraska red right now. About 6. Look out for Jackson. Holloway down the line, flips it off to Collins, back in the game. Collins caught. You're going to have a face mask call against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Holloway reaching for the speedy Collins, grabbed inadvertently the face mask. It's an automatic call. There are your Big 8 officials for today's ball game. It'll be 5 yards.
Take another look at it. This time, let's keep an eye on big number 91, Tony Holloway. Holloway is playing the right end. He's not in the picture yet. Now, as they bring the option down, Jamel reads the pressure. And here comes 91 Holloway on Collins. There's the hand. It's up on the face mask, no question about it. He knows it and tries to get his hand off of there and bring the right arm around. By then, it's too late. The flag is thrown. That's not flagrant, though. A lot of times that happens. You go to make the tackle, your hand gets caught up in there.
Against the defense, it'll be 3rd down and about 2.
I wonder if he had any trouble shaving. Ole Miss beating Mississippi State today. It looks like Ole Miss will be in a bowl. Coach Brewer turning things around down at Oxford. On 3rd down and a yard and a half, certainly a lot different than 3rd down, 6.5. Ball comes out to the 39-yard line. Leon Perry is in the backfield, number 2. Carr stays at fullback. Perry has the ball. He didn't make it. He did not make it. Somebody just nailed him, helmet to helmet. I think it was Danny Noonan and Neil Smith. But you've got another flag down, so hang on.
This is going to be a personal foul, too. I think Brian Davis, 32, got a little bit feisty down there for Nebraska, and it's going to be against the Cornhuskers, I believe.
Well, that's a silly mistake.
Oh,
because they had him stopped. But you can't play this game without some temper.
Well, it's usually the second guy that gets caught, too. See Davis there pulling his jersey saying, hey, they're holding me, they're holding me. That's why I threw the arm to try to get loose. That's what Tom's saying, too. Says they're holding him.
That is a big penalty. Takes the ball to the Nebraska 45.
Boy, is it ever.
We got a dead ball, late hit, personal foul on the red. 1st down.
Here's the play again. Look at the line surge. See all the red jerseys in there? Just stop it right now. No chance for a 1st down. All right, now watch 32 coming in the right hand of your screen. There he is right there. And there's the late hit. saying, don't hold me, pal.
First down, Oklahoma. Holloway pitches it back. This is Tillman. And Spencer goes down after a yard. Roderick Thomas is a wild man. The sophomore from Houston is all over the field.
They say he's the best defensive end they've ever had here in Nebraska. Runs a 4.6 40 for a big man. He's 235 pounds. He's the nephew of Mike Singletary.
Number 89 right there. Boy, he was high yesterday. He collared me the minute I walked into the stadium.
I saw him
Started talking football. Second down and 9. Oh, what a hit. Lydell Carr is buried by number 98, Lee Jones, a junior from Omaha.
Boy, do you think Tom Osborne has Nebraska ready to play? Right now, they're dominating the line of scrimmage. You want to watch a guy flying to the football, let's keep an eye on Brian Siebler, the secondary safety man. He's up there in support every play.
It's third down and right at 10, and Holloway loops it up for Keith Jackson, and he's got it, and he's got a first down at the Nebraska 16-yard line. Charles Fryer trying to defend, but Jackson is a big man, and he can haul it. He's 6'3", 240.
Now, this is a team, keep in mind, that didn't throw the football once all last week in their game. So now you can't respect it unless they hurt you with it once. But here's the one time. Keith Jackson's not the guy you want to hurt either, because he can fly. He's a big, strong guy. But they were playing at one deep. The secondary man, everybody else was uptight, and Jackson can outrun you.
And the Sooners now with a threat at the Nebraska 16. Second time they've been down in this neighborhood. Outside with it to Collins. And Collins is quicksawed at about the 14-yard line. Time remaining first quarter, 3 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's pause 5 seconds for our local station's identification.
ABC TV, New York.
Second down and 8 for Oklahoma. Nebraska leading 7-0. Sooners were stopped cold on the Nebraska 15 when they had a big scoring opportunity. Both teams had a ragged start, but Nebraska, after stopping Oklahoma, marched right down the field and scored. Now Oklahoma is trying to respond, and a 15-yard personal foul penalty has been the big play in this possession. This is Lydell Carr, the fullback, and he just keeps on pounding, keeps his legs moving, and he gets inside the 5-yard line.
If Holloway is the main cylinder of the wishbone attack, then Lydell Carr is the key. Carr is a bruising runner whose ability to stay healthy has been an important factor in the Sooners' success. He's 6'2", 225 pounds.
It's first and goal, Oklahoma, just inside the Nebraska 5-yard line. They go back to a double tight end alignment now as Parham comes into the ball game for the Sooners. In the backfield, it's Carr, Tillman, and Collins behind Holloway. Holloway keeps it, turns it, dives, touchdown, Oklahoma.
Jamel Holloway ran for 126 yards last week against Colorado. He reads quickly, he reacts instinctively, he has phenomenal escape dimension, and watch this surge toward the goal line. Now, he didn't cross the plane, but the ball did, and that's all that has to take place.
Tim Lasher for the extra point. And it is good. At 2 minutes and 36 seconds, first quarter, we are even at 7.
You see, today is tomorrow in Japan. So when you come for Clark tomorrow, it will be today.
Life takes a time. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Take it to Midas.
At Midas, we can replace mufflers, brake shocks, or struts on most foreign cars, and we won't take all day to do it. time is money.
Take it tonight.
If I'd wanted it tomorrow, old chap, I wouldn't be here today.
Take it to someone you trust.
At Dean Witter, we'll help you put your financial life in order with a combination of investments that'll fit your needs just right.
Everybody is somebody at Dean Witter.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
As your life changes, your needs change. That's why you'll find experts in investments and real estate and insurance together at the Sears Financial Network. Come to a center at Sears or a member office for advice you can trust.
Before the first Oklahoma football game in 1895, dirt was hauled in to fill trenches dug up by buffaloes on the field.
Jim Lampley in New York. Up in Ithaca, the Ivy League race has been decided as Penn finishes at 10-0 under first-year coach Ed Zubrow, 31-21 winner over Cornell today. Penn, unbeaten, rated 6th in Division I AA, will not go to the playoffs in that division because the Ivy League forbids it. Keith?
Thank you, Jim. Jamel Holloway, who scored the touchdown to get the Sooners on the scoreboard, and Tim Lasher with the extra point conversion to tie, now has kicked 134 straight in his career. That puts him ahead of Van Tippen of Alabama, who is idle this week. High, long kick by Thompson into the end zone. No return by Rod Smith for Nebraska. And we've got a little ruckus breaking out on the field, but you can expect that in this particular neighborhood scuffle because all feelings are high.
Big red of the north, the big red of the south.
The way they started today, I wasn't sure that for what we might not have overstated the element of quality, but I think the last two possessions by Nebraska and then by Oklahoma clearly define the quality of these two teams. All right, the Huskers will go from the 20 with Kalen and Jones in the I formation. Taylor keeps it. No, he doesn't. He gives it to the fullback, Kalen. And Kalen, who's a 225-pounder from Westerville, Nebraska, is brought down by Brian Bosworth. The gain is about 2.5 yards.
Here's Bosworth again. His talents have been well documented. No false steps, fights off one, fights off another, tucks the tail, puts him on his back.
Second down and about 7. Looked like a broken play.
They were going to run the wingback reverse, but Oklahoma penetrated, got across the line, so he just tucked it away and took it up, tried to get some yardage out of it.
Another traditional next week from Legion Field in Birmingham. Auburn and Alabama. Those were two teams rolling along mid-season. People talking about national championship. Both have been shot down twice since. It is third down now. They need 4. Will not get it. Bosworth, Bryan, Johnson for Oklahoma.
Bosworth and Johnson.
Take a look at the line surge again. The big red firing off there. But see how Oklahoma catches the blocks, fight them off, get rid of the blocker, and now all of a sudden you come up, penetrate, and make the tackle. And look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys for Oklahoma around the ball carrier.
In to punt, John Croker. First kick today was 38 yards out of his end zone. There is no pressure. Gets it up into the wind. Going to hang it up there a little bit. They disdained the fair catch call, though, and the ball is accepted back at the 36, a 36-yard punt. Ricky Dixon, defensive back, handling the football for the Sooners. So with 42 seconds to go in the first quarter, a 7-7 ball game. The Oklahoma Sooners will go to work. First down at their own 36.
1986 Road Atlanta. The
Nissan Z's are back to defend their SCCA championship. But this year they didn't just win, they dominated. Paul Newman and Jim Fitzgerald 1-2 once again in their 300ZXs in the top GT1 class. Scott Sharp leads the Z Parade in a 1-5 finish in the GT2. In all, 2 national championships, 8 top 3 finishes. Drive a 300ZX yourself. Know what being first is. The winner is 300ZX. The name is Nissan.
Has he gone? Oh, let's put up this Stanley garage door opener. I can do it myself. It's a Stanley.
Okay, we'll help.
Stanley won't have to wrestle with that door. Oh, he's so hard to shop for, so I got him the bed. Stanley.
Boy, that was easy. He's back. He's back.
Merry Christmas.
For me? Oh, it's a Stanley.
Get a second transmitter free when you buy a premium or deluxe Stanley garage door opener.
This is the 67th game between Nebraska and Oklahoma, but so far the 1971 game is remembered more than any other. This 72-yard punt return by Johnny Rogers started the Cornhuskers on their way to a 35-31 victory and eventually a national championship. Husker faithful call it the game of the century. Okay, the drum corps is in place, and the Sooners, who scored in their last possession, own the football just outside their own 36 in a 7-7 ball game. They break the bone. Holloway gives it inside to Liddell Carr, and he's up to the 39. There he is stopped by Kevin Parsons, a senior from Springfield, Missouri. Time remaining in the first quarter of play.
It was interesting. As soon as Oklahoma broke the bone that time, Nebraska changed its defense as well. Brian Siebler's been playing back in the secondary by himself. That time, number 5, Brian Washington, the strong safety, dropped back with him to make it a 2-deep zone.
Washington, one of the few freshmen to start.
See Siebler back there by himself on the end.
Go back to that fullback again, and Carr slashing in over the right side, running behind big Anthony Phillips. Will move the ball near the 43 with the 2 linebackers, Munford and Parsons, bringing him down. Well, we've played a quarter in Lincoln. We're all even at 7.
We're MCI, racing hard to be your communications company. We never coast. We're geared to win. MCI competes internationally, offering you the world's most extensive range of voice, data, and messaging services. Our competition is good. We have to be better. And because we compete, you win. MCI, communications for the next 100 years.
This is where we make the new 3M surgical clipper by Remington. Hospitals are now using this advanced product, replacing blades, to shave patients for surgery safely and comfortably. You can also benefit from Remington's advanced technology. This charger stand keeps the Remington microscreen rechargeable continually charged. It never needs a cord, and it shaves as close as a blade, or your money back. And the Lady Remington rechargeable also shaves without a cord. Advanced shaving technology, only from Remington.
Hi, Andy. Ready for the history final?
History final? Is that today?
It sure is.
Let me borrow your notes, will you?
Hope you have your term paper finished.
Wait, I've forgotten which room it's in.
Right here, Andy. Suspense is gonna kill you.
Keeping up with schoolwork isn't easy. That's why the computer more kids learn on is Apple.
To those people who haven't yet said bye-bye basics, hello, Nissan Sentra, who haven't experienced the longer, wider, roomier Sentra, who haven't known the superior fit and finish of Sentra. To those people who bought basic when they could have bought a new 1987 Sentra, Nissan would like to say, relax. We've got one waiting for you. The quality and value is Sentra. The name is Nissan.
On a last-ditch drive for Ohio State in Columbus, Matt France missed a 45-yard field goal attempt with a minute to go in the game. This just a few plays after Ivan Hicks of Michigan had tipped away what looked like a touchdown pass from Carsados to Chris Carter in the end zone. Michigan held on, beat Ohio State 26-24, goes to the Rose Bowl, Keith.
And Ohio State will be off to the Cotton Bowl, and the Orange Bowl disappointed. They had pursued Ohio State with vigor, but they couldn't talk the Big Ten into coming to Miami. Third down for Oklahoma, and 4.5 as Holloway comes down, turns the corner, slips, and goes down. Close to his first down. He's close. Siebler brought him down. They won't give him the first down on the mark. They mark him just outside the 46. He had to go about another half a yard in order to get it.
This is what we've been talking about, Brian Siebler playing center field. He's taking the quarterback on the pitch, and he's out there almost every time, really running to the football well today. Well-conceived defensive scheme by Tom Osborne and his coaching staff.
Oklahoma people saw that spot and immediately yelled for the change, and they are just short. Barry's hot.
Really hot, out on the field.
He thinks he got a bad mark.
Well, here it is again. Now, this is from the side. Let's see where the ball goes down or where the first hit of the knee or the body, whatever it is, hits the ground. I think Barry's right.
I do, too.
He got a bad mark. Should have been a first down.
And he isn't going to mess around with it, though. He's going to kick the ball away on 4th down and about a foot. May not even have been a foot. Rod Smith, 88, and Dana Brinson, 33, go deep. The punter is Todd Thompson for Oklahoma. No pressure on him. Oh, is that a kick into that wind? He got a nice tight spiral on it. It takes an Oklahoma bounce, and the Sooners have killed it. A yard away from the goal line. Carl Cavanagh down to cover the ball after a 52-yard punt. How in the world could that kid kick that ball 52 yards into that wind? He really spun it. I guess the key to it is to get that nice tight spiral, and he got it. And the Huskers are backed up against the end zone.
All over the country, people are learning about the new Nissan 200SX. They're examining the many important design changes on the outside. But more, they're experiencing the one important change on the inside. The new fuel-injected overhead cam V6. It's America's new Super Coupe. And it's just waiting to change your attitude. The quality and power is 200SX. The name is Nissan.
Miss Jones! Oh, no, Miss Jones, 25 in red.
Because work is tough enough, there's Canon's NP3525 dual color copier. It lets you change colors.
Not the grapes in red, just the apples.
And it's the only copier that copies in 2 colors at the same time, with just a touch.
Oh, forget the grapes, just give me more apples.
Canon's dual color copier, with a singular difference. In your area, call MCS toll-free 1-800-438-8600.
The New York Jets, Ken O'Brien and company, remember their incredible win over the Dolphins earlier this season. Now Miami wants to settle the score. They meet Monday night.
The ball has been placed 2 yards from the Nebraska goal line. So it's first down for the Huskers. Keith Jones, Ken Taylor. In the I formation behind Taylor. Taylor's going to throw it. Now he breaks clear on the run and gets it out close to a first down. Boy, I'll tell you, that kid has got some nerve. Donnie Jones finally ran him down. Taylor is a sophomore out of San Diego.
This is a guy who's known stardom, now is trying to live up to his potential. It's tough when the Bills, they tab you as the greatest quarterback ever at Nebraska. Got those happy feet back there. Set up, didn't see anybody open, knew he better get out of that end zone. He's smart, too.
That also tells you something about Tom Osborne. He's a quiet man in private life and even professionally, but his football teams reflect some daring sometimes. Bryan makes the tackle on Taylor, and the first quarter stats.
You see the total yards. You see that both teams now fairly even. 10 yards. Total offense separates the two. No turnovers, but both clubs had the ball on the ground, recovered their own fumbles, and both times costly for each. Tom Osborne said long drives, and these two teams can play evenly. Nebraska's touchdown drive was 85 yards. Oklahoma's was 70.
Second down, about 5. Taylor's got it, caught behind the line of scrimmage. He had that little delay fake to Jones, and Richard Reed, forcing from the left side, got him.
Third down and 6. Ball on the 16-yard line.
Boy, look at that. That's good pressure. Just ran around the block, used his quickness, came in and made the play on Taylor. Got him from the side. That's one time where it doesn't matter how strong you are. If you're quick, you can get around the blocker, get in and make the play.
At the 16, it is third down and 6 for the Huskers. 7-7 ball game. Taylor, that'll be an incomplete pass to number 40, Darrell Reed, forcing on the play. Junior out of Cypress, Texas, hit him just as the arm was coming forward, and Nebraska will have to punt, and this time Croker will have the wind at his back.
I don't think there was any question about the fact his arm was going forward. He never did see the pressure coming from the backside. See, he goes to throw. He was locked in on the receiver.
Patrick Collins deep for Oklahoma. Pressure here, and a bad kick, and a penalty flag down as the kicker is decked by Liddell Glenn. So you got an obvious roughing the kicker call, and Nebraska will keep the ball and have it first down.
Boy, Barry's hot again. He thinks he got a hand on it. He thought the punt was blocked. They're pulling him back off the sidelines again. You don't think he's in this ball game?
Well, let's go back and look at it and see whether or not. If you get a piece of it, you can deck him.
Plus, if you're blocked into the kicker,
into it.
If you're blocked into the kicker, there is no penalty, and he was obviously blocked into him. Sure, he makes contact here. But
Was he blocked into it?
He's coming over the block.
Top.
Sure, you don't have to throw him into it, but if there's contact made on the block, you come into the punter.
Fourth down.
It is not a first down. They penalized him 5, which keeps it at 4 and 2.
Definitely blocked into the punter.
Oklahoma would have had the football, what, about the 33, 34-yard line of Nebraska. Instead, Croker now gets another shot at it.
Yeah, but I guarantee he's thinking about that last punt. Just like a golfer. You think about that shank.
Don't ever bring that word up in my conversation with me, please. No pressure this time. It's a low kick. And there will be a return by Dixon. And Dixon comes back to midfield. 37-yard punt. And you're right. I think Croker was thinking about it because he didn't get a lot of it. And with the wind at his back, he had kept the ball down low when, in fact, he needed a high hanger and let the wind help him.
Do you have anything in aviation?
The Army's most technical training
Are there any openings in communications?
is also the Army's most popular training.
I'd really like computers.
So it pays to have a reservation.
Electronics.
If you qualify, you can get a guaranteed reservation for the training you want up to 12 months in advance, even if you're still in high school.
We'll see you after graduation.
Find your futures in the army.
Congratulations.
Today's Equitable has new life insurance ideas that can provide money for a secure and comfortable retirement. Today's Equitable, your key to financial opportunity. We have new kinds of insurance that do more than just protect your family. They can help you earn the money for your new home. Today's Equitable, your key to financial opportunity. Our new insurance ideas can do a lot for you. Talk to us. Your key to financial opportunity.
Nebraska has the number 2 ranked defense in the nation, yielding 221 yards per game. But today they're playing the number 1 ranked offense, Oklahoma.
I think that tells you something about how much they enjoy their football in Lincoln, Nebraska.
What do they say? Memorial Stadium becomes the second or third largest city?
Third. Omaha, Lincoln, and Memorial Stadium.
On game day in Nebraska.
First down, Oklahoma, and they continue to enjoy premium field position in the game. 12:19 to go, first half. Johnson, Collins, and Tillman in the backfield. And the ball is pitched back to the speedy Collins, and he'll pick up about 4 yards on that carry. Here's Al Trautwig.
Keith, on the bench right now for Oklahoma, number 40, Darrell Reed. He was hyperventilating a few moments ago. I don't know how long he's going to be on the bench. His chest was bouncing up and down. He's taking some deep breaths of oxygen right now, but Oklahoma will be without him at least for the next few series, I think.
Thank you. Wound too tight. Second down, long 6. Holloway gets away from one behind the line of scrimmage, and there's a penalty flag. You know what? I think they're going to nail him for a face mask.
Absolutely. His hand got caught up there again on Jamel's face mask, and again, it was incidental, but it is a penalty.
Didn't hold him, though. I mean, it was just up there, and it didn't seem to deter Holloway particularly, but it's almost an automatic call. I would imagine the officials, too, probably had it in mind to make sure they let everybody know who's boss early on in the ball game.
Which is not a bad idea in a game like this. Tight fit game, long time rivalry.
We got a 5-yard face mask on the defense. First down.
There's Reed. Now he has put down the oxygen, so apparently he's trying to shake off the hyperventilation that he was suffering a moment ago. Lydell Carr is in at fullback now for Oklahoma. First down for the Sooners, just short of the Nebraska 37-yard line. We have not heard much from Noonan lately. Nor Spockman. Holloway gives it back to Keith Jackson, and he is caught by Neil Smith back on the 45-yard line. They wanted to run the reverse with Jackson. He turned it back the other way. And Neil Smith is there.
It was a reverse by Jackson that broke the game open last year down in Norman, Oklahoma. He went 88 yards for a touchdown. Not this time. Boy, Neil Smith came back this time. You know, he was the one that had the face mask penalty called on when he went after Holloway. Little stutter step. Smith came right through and made the play. Boy, I'll tell you, as Collins went into motion that time, immediately Nebraska adjusted and dropped back Washington into the strong safety position.
Timeout, Oklahoma. I wonder if Roderick Thomas, who was pointing at Keith Jackson, had spotted something that tipped him Jackson might be involved in the play, because Thomas was pointing to him, and sure enough, he was involved in the play.
Boy, this is about as well as I've seen a defense prepare.
Watch this now.
Watch the hands. There it is. There it is. Well, he thought he moved.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it was. He thought he had moved with intent. But, of course, the tight end.
He was lobbying already. He looked over to the officials and said, come on.
Well, he's played a terrific ball game so far today. 10 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. Oklahoma 7 and Nebraska 7.
Once upon a time, millions of us roamed the bathrooms of America.
We're bull shavers, convinced we had to use shavers with all kinds of expensive extras.
But we don't pay an arm and a hoof anymore, 'cause us bull shavers are becoming
Bic shavers. Bic gives us an extraordinary shave at an extraordinary price, without bells or whistles. To pay more makes you, well, bullheaded. Try the Bic for normal or sensitive skin, and you, too, will have a beef.
With bull shaving.
Introducing the new Nissan Maxima, the only sedan in the world with A-Class luxury and Z-Class performance. With the comfort of body-hugging sports seats, power windows and sunroof, three-way adjustable shocks, and the performance of 0 to 55 in 7.5 seconds. The new Nissan Maxima SE, from A to Z in a class by itself. The luxury and performance is Maxima. The name is Nissan.
One of college football's biggest rivalries. Mike Shula leads Alabama as they meet their SEC rival, the Auburn Tigers, next Saturday following College Football Today.
Oklahoma owns the football. Second down and about 18 at the Nebraska 45. Nebraska scored first to lead 7-0 in the first quarter. A 2-yard run by Jones, capping the drive. Oklahoma came right back and drove it downfield. Nebraska went 85, and Oklahoma drove it right back down to tie at 7. That's where we are right now. Second down and 18 with Earl Johnson in the wishbone at the fullback position now for Oklahoma. Jamel Holloway passing. And the pass is incomplete, and it's a good defensive play by Brian Davis on Derek Shepard.
Brian Davis had just come into the ball game to replace Charles Fryer on that corner. But look at how he reads and reacts to the football. Now watch his left hand just strip the ball right out. The catch was already made. Now he pushes it out of there. It's incomplete.
And
boy,
it's
that's
third
an
down and
outstanding
18.
play. Outstanding play on the corner.
Winner goes to the Orange Bowl. Loser goes to the Sugar Bowl. If Oklahoma wins it, they win the Big 8 title. If Nebraska wins it, 3 teams share first place. Holloway getting pursuit. Munford after him, trips him up and brings him down. Back on the Oklahoma side of the field. The senior from Littleton, Colorado, who came back from serious reconstruction of a knee. Wouldn't quit and ran him down.
I want to tell you something. Talking to the Oklahoma coaches yesterday, they said, we don't think Munford's nearly as fast as he used to be. We don't think he's that much of a factor like he was a couple of years ago after reconstruction surgery. Boy, he showed some quickness that time. Don't underestimate a guy that's got a big heart.
Todd Thompson the punt. Dana Brinson, Rod Smith deep for Nebraska. Thompson this time doesn't get the ball to spin for him, and it's down by the Sooners at the Nebraska 27-28-yard line. The wind knocked that ball down in a hurry, only 30 yards. Clouds getting a little heavier, maybe some snow in the offing, they say, later on over the weekend. There are your top 10 teams and what's happening to them today. Michigan finally beating Ohio State. So the Wolverines were trailing much of that ball game. And Arizona, look at that. Arizona's out 14-0 second quarter over Arizona State. Arizona State's a Rose Bowl team.
Arizona's won that game the last 4 years.
Arizona State will be playing Michigan in Pasadena. 9:44 to go in the first half. Nebraska has Steve Taylor in there at quarterback. He's got the ball, trying to turn it around the corner, and he will wiggle along and get it up to about the 31. He wanted to drop it back to Keith Jones, but Oklahoma had it played so well, he didn't dare try it.
Second down.
Darrell Reed is back in the ball game at defensive end for Oklahoma. There's Reed. Sonny Brown is playing on the open side of the field at the left corner spot. That's a change effected for this ball game. Second down. About 7 as Taylor drops the throw, gets the pass off. The pass is caught by the tight end, number 87, Tom Banderas. And it's good to the 48, just over the 48-yard line. Banderas, the junior out of Oak Grove, Missouri.
We saw him work on this play yesterday when they went through their touch-up drills. It's just a flood to the right side play action. Oklahoma's in a 2-deep zone. Banderas works into the seam right there. It's a low pass, puts it through the only place he possibly can. It was low in the seam, and he made the catch.
And it's a first down for the Cornhuskers. Hand it to the fullback, Kalen. And Kalen moves it from the 40th. I think I said the 48. It should have said the 43. He has just moved it for 3 yards to the 46. The New York Jets at 10-1 against the Miami Dolphins 5-6. And the Jets really rumbling along on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football this coming Monday, 9 Eastern Time. All at second down and 7. Time remaining there. First half of play, 7-7 tie. Taylor keeps it, turns it. Now Burks out of there. Oh, he's got a first down for Nebraska at the 34, and a penalty flag goes down as Darrell Reed brings him down.
And it's going to be called on Bosworth. Taylor tucked it away and took it upfield, put some good juke moves on everybody. Bosworth wouldn't take him. He stayed at home and made a pretty good lick, but the flag went down immediately.
That's 3 face mask calls we've had in the game.
Got a 5-yard face mask penalty on the defense. First down.
So now Nebraska manifesting another threat. The ball rests at the Oklahoma 39. Huskers scored first. Sooners came right back. Jones up the middle. Didn't have it. Taylor does. Reed's after him. Taylor's pass thrown away. Incomplete. In hindsight, he should have given it to Jones because they opened the barn door wide. He was roping through there, and if Taylor had had a moment to find him as a pass receiver, he might well have put 6 points on the board.
But it was play action from the start of the play. You can see he never put the ball there. It's just a hand.
Right.
You can see him riding Bosworth out of there, actually tackled him. But here is a very good play by Steve Taylor. Now, they said he made a lot of sophomore mistakes this year, but he is a talent. And this time he shows that he has learned over the year by throwing the ball away and not chancing the interception or the loss.
And it's 2nd down and 10. Brinson's back in the ball game now at wingback and wide to the right as Taylor goes down the line with it and throws it out of bounds behind Keith Jones. And that's the 3rd bad pitch he has made in the ball game. That's what we have for you at halftime. And that special freshman that Al Troutwig is going to show you. You want to see that because he really truly is a special kind of a young man. 7.5 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd and 11 as the ball went out of bounds at the 40. Taylor coming around. Gets his pass off. The pass good to Schnitzler. He was coming back to the ball. Where will they spot it? Looks like a good spot for Nebraska, and it'll be a first down.
Oh, it's going to be close. First down, you're right. Schnitzler, the experienced receiver now, just drives off Sonny Brown. See him? Looks like it's going to be a fly pattern. Now he stops, plants, and comes back to meet the football. And he did get the first down. You know, a lot of times the receiver, it's not so much speed you have as much as it is intelligence and placing and finding the open area and coming back for the football, getting rid of the defensive back.
A lot of your great receivers have had quickness rather than speed. First down, ball just inside the Oklahoma 29. And Taylor's pass incomplete, intended for Rod Smith.
Taylor intended for number 88, Smith.
He had him. Boy, did he ever. That's that play you were watching yesterday and liked so much.
I really do. He comes out on a reverse pivot and then just drills the ball. There's not much you can do. It's a very difficult play to stop.
Well, if anybody can stop you, that crowd in white can stop you. 6:52 to go in the first half.
Keep in mind, Oklahoma has won 5 of the last 7 games played in Lincoln.
2nd down and 10 for the Huskers. Taylor's pass down the middle is good. Well, that's a heck of a catch by Todd Milliken, and it's good for a first down. He caught it in the arms of Ricky Dixon.
Tell you what, it's not bad defensive coverage either.
No,
again, it's the play action. They use that to...
Getting to him, but he was getting close and couldn't get there. On 3rd and 11, Van Raphorst with...
hand on it, and there it comes.
First down for the Sooners at the Husker 33-yard line. Holloway gives it to Johnson. And Johnson gets to the 28 for a pickup of 5 yards. A lot of time. More than 8 minutes.
Well, every time I see Earl Johnson, I become more impressed. But he's had a star-crossed career. Yet to play a full season. 3 different injuries to his kneecaps. Severely curtailed his playing time.
Second down and 5, and it's a short 5. Holloway follows Johnson into the hole, and the ball's fumbled. Nebraska gets it back. Mark Munford covers it.
This place is rocking. Holloway fakes up the middle, now follows Johnson on the inside. Oh, the ball was knocked loose just before he hit the ground. Keep in mind that ground cannot cause a fumble. But it looked like Smith got a hand in there, knocked it loose.
Tyrese Knox is now in at the I-back position. Taylor keeps the ball. Faked it, tried to get around the corner. Banderas could not protect him long enough. And Jamel Holloway on the sideline. Second down and 9.
Look at the ball now. See if he hits the ground first. Here comes 99. Watch his right arm. Boy, the ball hits. He hits the ball right there and knocks it out.
Taylor gets his pass off. He's got Banderas wide open and missed him. He had tremendous pressure on him. Give Taylor all the credit in the world for getting the pass away. But oh, what might have been, because they had absolutely lost Banderas, the tight end.
Oh, if he had thrown it earlier, but this, but that. If and buts were candy nuts. Oh, what a party we had. Hey, I want to tell you, you picked it up because the pressure was on it, and it was very difficult to get it off. Yeah, regular speed, it looks like the ground caught it.
Third down and 9.
Third down, and still about 9. Juggled it, gives it away to Knox, Tyrese Knox, and Knox gets it to the 34. That leaves him 2 yards short of his first down. So the Cornhuskers will have to punt into the wind.
Good call, though. They've been throwing the ball. They come back with a draw. It just shows you the discipline of a very fine Oklahoma defense.
John Croker has punted 3 times today, 38, 36, and 37. Patrick Collins is the deep man. The Sooners have put 3 people back there. But Collins is the man they want to have the ball. Ricky Dixon, and there's the punt by Croker. Pretty good one. It'll be taken by Dixon, fumbled by Dixon, and then he has to go down and cover it down at the 26. That's the second time that Dixon has dropped the ball in trying to field a punt. So the Sooners will have it, first down. They're 26, trailing by 7.
The house is paid up. Kids are out of college. Things are fantastic.
So what's the problem?
Things are not so fantastic. After 30 years, I realized a financial genius I'm not. You need some advice.
You put a lot into life. You deserve to get the most out of it. We can help.
I'm Linda Ross. I represent New York Life.
At New York Life, we have the resources to make the most of your resources. We offer a range of financial opportunities, including mutual funds, annuities, whole life plans, and limited partnerships.
Sure I will. Thank you.
Don't settle for less than you deserve. Get the most out of life with New York Life.
The high-flying New York Jets, led by Ken O'Brien, own the best record in the NFL. But Dan Marino's Miami Dolphins remain a force to be reckoned with. The matchup, Monday night.
Well, very quickly, 17-10 score. 6 minutes and 27 seconds to play. Oklahoma has the ball, and it's sitting right in between the 26 and 27-yard hash marks on their end of the field. Earl Johnson, Patrick Collins, Anthony Stafford behind Jamel Holloway, and they've got Keith Jackson now out wide as the receiver, the tight end. And Holloway looks and throws and hits Shepard, who pitches it back. The ball is fumbled, rolling around on the ground. Nebraska's jumping up and down. And they've got the ball. Brian Washington covers it for the Cornhuskers. Oklahoma's frustrated. It's the old hook and lateral. Watch this. It's set up perfectly, too, because Jamel just rips the ball out to Derek Shepard. Here he comes, number 3. Now he's going to pitch back here. That's Spencer Tillman. I'm sorry, Anthony Stafford. The hook and lateral. The pass was thrown perfectly. All he had to do was lateral it back to Stafford. And watch Holloway. You talk about frustration. And he wasn't the only one. The entire offense came off like that. And it's Nebraska now with the ball just inside the Oklahoma 44, leading 17-7. Give it to Keith Jones, cuts it back against the grain, wraps both arms around the ball, and gets to the 29. In the first 42 minutes of today's game, there were no turnovers. We had a little snow flurry. The wind has gotten stronger. It has gotten a goodly amount colder. And in the last 12 minutes, we have had 6 turnovers. Although early on, too, Keith, the ball was on the ground. They just recovered their own fumbles. It's been cold all day. These are two teams that don't put it on the ground very often. No? Second down, about 5.5, just short of the 39 of Oklahoma. Taylor keeps it, and will lose a yard. Give you an idea of what's been going on of late.
Tackle by number 96, Reed. Third down and 6. Ball is on the 40-yard line.
It'll be third down and a good 6 yards now from the 40. 76,198 watching the 67th game between the Sooners and the Cornhuskers. Taylor keeps it and gets to the 40, and he's sandwiched there. Bosworth one more time.
Tackle by Bosworth and Johnson.
Bosworth is big, he's strong. He may talk a lot, but he backs it all up. Taylor tucks the ball away. Now to the left of your screen comes Bosworth, 44. He almost caused another fumble.
Croker is in to punt on 4th and 6. Nobody back for Oklahoma. They're going to let it bounce around. Sonny Brown is the only man sort of back. Croker hits it straight up in the air. The wind's going to knock it down. It depends on the bounce. It takes a Nebraska roll. And down at the 6. Again, Nebraska is lucky. The ball very well could have bounced the other direction, but instead it went for the home post.
Listen to the heartbeat of America. Listen to the heartbeat of America.
When you've got what it takes, put yourself in today's Chevrolet Celebrity Euro Sport and listen to your heartbeat.
Heartbeat of America. Hey, Chevrolet.
The 35mm automatic one-touch from Nikon. It puts great photography at everybody's fingertips. The Nikon 35mm Action Touch. The waterproof, all-weather, automatic camera that puts great photography at everybody's fingertips.
One of college football's biggest rivalries. Mike Shula leads Alabama as they meet their SEC rival, the Auburn Tigers, next Saturday following College Football Today.
one new wrinkle in the bowl situation. The assumption all along has been that Penn State was locked to the Fiesta Bowl and the remainder of the picture revolved only around Miami. Today, Penn State has announced that should Miami lose to East Carolina, admittedly a far-fetched possibility, they, Penn State, will go to the Orange Bowl to play Oklahoma or Nebraska. No one had envisioned that. Penn State has an agreement with the two bowls that they can play the highest-ranked opponent available if Miami should lose to East Carolina. Back to you, Keith.
You're right. It is not very probable, I don't think. All right. Oklahoma's 94 yards away from the promised land with 4:10 to play in the ball game, trailing 17-10. It's become a game of turnovers here in the late going. Holloway keeps the ball and gets it around the corner and gets taken down hard at about the 14-yard line by Kevin Parsons and Charles Pryor.
We saw Charles Pryor the first game of the season against Florida State. That was his first start. He had a sprained hand. He eventually broke the hand, came back. He's a tough little guy on that corner.
Two. Holloway stands to throw. Lets it go deep too long. Pass intended for Carl Cabinet, the sophomore out of Tulsa. The defender was Brian Davis. Now the clock stops at 3:31 to play in the game.
Brian Davis, he jumps right in your hip pocket and runs with you. He had a pass interference call earlier in the ball game only because he didn't look back for the ball. Didn't look back that time, but the ball wasn't catchable. But as for running with the receiver and staying right with him, he's there.
They send Shepard wide now on 3rd and 2. Give the ball to Collins, and Collins slashes in. And he is short of the first down. Now it's tough time.
Well, there's still more than 3 minutes left. You've got to punt it out of there. No, they aren't. They're going to go for the first down. Big 8 title at stake. Putting it all on the line right here.
4th and 1, just outside the 15. Holloway keeps it and gets the first down, fumbles the football. Penalty flag goes down. Nebraska's got the ball. You got a late flag. You got another face mask call. That official on this side has called 5 face mask penalties in this game.
I'll tell you, though, we have seen on the replay that every one has been accurate.
Oh, yeah, I didn't say that. I just said he's been the man to make the call. They're all running right at him. Nebraska's going to lose the football here. They recovered that fumble. Brian Davis was on the ball, I think. I'm saying they're going to lose the ball because that flag came out, and I'm almost certain I saw that face mask grab. There it is. Now, do we have another penalty? Steele Smith in there lawyering about.
Jamel Holloway saying, look, he grabbed my face mask. That's what caused the fumble.
Trying to read lips, I'm sure that Sam Moffett said, yes, you get the ball. You keep the ball. So it's an inadvertent face mask call that takes the ball away from Nebraska, gives Oklahoma new life.
There was a 5-yard face mask live ball against the defense. The fumble was recovered by the defense. It's recovered by nullified, so we have first down.
There it is.
So it is first down Oklahoma up at the 25-yard line. Time 2:35 to go in the game. Nebraska leads by 7. Holloway's pass across the field is caught. Good catch by Carl Cavaness. He threw that ball all the way across the field, and Cavaness bobbled it and pulled it in with soft hand.
First of all, the ball was drilled. Secondly, Cavaness had great concentration because the ball was high. He goes up, extends to the highest point, gets his fingers on it, knocks it down, makes the catch, and gets the feet in. Only needs one. He got 2.
And it's 2nd down and 2 now as the ball comes out past the 33. Holloway back. Lets it go again, and it is complete to Shepard, and it's a big one. All the way down to the Nebraska 32-yard line. Brian Davis finally brought him down.
Never fails. You say the guy's in the hip pocket all night. You turn around, you compliment a guy, and now he gets beaten. See that? He's beaten right off by Shepard. This is a 35-yard play. He's making up ground here, Davis is. Again, he doesn't look back for the football, though. Shepard makes the play.
The difference is having the wind at their back. Going into the wind, that's a dying quail. With the wind, it carried softly to him. From the 32, 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the game. Holloway pitches it back. It is Spencer Tillman. And Tillman is out of bounds at the Nebraska 23. That's a gain of at least 8, maybe close to 9 yards. Second down and 1. The Sooners have all their timeouts remaining. 2:15 to play in the game. Holloway pinned down. We'll get a just about the line of scrimmage. Kevin Parsons and Brian Davis defensively.
He didn't make it. He didn't make it.
They're going to bring the change in. They want to bring the change so that Oklahoma will know exactly where they are. And the clock shows 2:03 to play.
Tremendous penetration that time by Chris Buckner, the defensive tackle for Nebraska. He jammed everything up there and let the pursuit come and make the tackle.
That looks like about a yard, doesn't it? Pretty close to a yard. Third down. Holloway keeps it. Behind the surge, looks to have the first down. Around the 21. Oh, put him at the 20. You've got 1:47 to play in the game. 17-10. If Oklahoma scores, they have to try for 2 to win.
Butter.
Sorry, ma'am. All we put in our turkeys is oil.
No butter in your birds? Is this a factory or a filling station?
Well, you see, ma'am, we freeze these little beauties as hard as a well-digger's shovel.
Unlike some turkeys, Shady Brook Farms comes fresh, never frozen. So Shady Brook Farms cooks up naturally juicy without oils or additives. Look for Shady Brook Farms in the fresh meat case at these stores.
When I bite into a York peppermint patty, I get the sensation of being on top of a cold mountain. And all I want to do is yodel. Yodel-ay.
Get the sensation of deep chocolate covering cool peppermint.
When I bite into a York peppermint patties, I'm getting the sensation of a little bit shivers tippy-toeing up and down my spine.
York peppermint patty. Get the sensation.